SP College, the oldest and premier institute of higher education in Kashmir, embodies a history of its glorious past. It was established in 1905. NSS or National Service Scheme is an Indian government sector public service program conducted by Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of India. It was launched in 1969 under the logo, "Not me, but you." NSS unit has been the part of SP College since its inception. Around 300 volunteers are engaged with it to fulfill the objectives of NSS. Our worthy principal, Professor Dr. Ghulam Jilani Qureshi, followed by Dr. Saeed Rashid Maqsood, NSS Program Officer, SP College, and Dr. Nadia Shah, NSS Program Officer, SP College, under whose guidance we, the senior volunteers, Adiba Roof, Senior NSS Volunteer Group Leader, Amina Ahmed, Senior NSS Volunteer Group Leader, Danish Elahi, Senior NSS Volunteer Group Leader, Haseeb Niazwani, Senior NSS Volunteer Group Leader, Afreen Barakat, Senior NSS Volunteer Group Leader, Kuima Aslam, Senior NSS Volunteer Group Leader, Fiza Shabir, Senior NSS Volunteer Group Leader, and Siman Fatima, Senior NSS Volunteer and Group Leader, have encouraged our fellow volunteers to take active participation in the events that can give them the experience and exposure. Before leaving for every event and program, our NSS Program Officer briefed the volunteers about the requirements so as to conduct a smooth functioning at grassroots level. Last year, village adoption was on our list, and we, the volunteers of NSS, went to Baba Daryauddin to undertake this project so as to be an accomplished social leader, an efficient administrator, a responsible citizen, an active volunteer, and above all, a person who understands human nature.
जो मेरा एक्सपीरियंस है एनएसएस के साथ ये बहुत अच्छा है। फ्रॉम द लास्ट 1 ईयर में इनके साथ जुड़ा हूँ, मुझे बहुत एक्सपोजर मिला। जो हमारे असातिज़ा किराम हैं, मैं पूरी एनएसएस यूनिट की तरफ से जो हमारे असातिज़ा किराम हैं उनको शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहता हूँ। तो मैंने उनके लिए कुछ चंद लाइनें लिखी हुई थी कि हम शुक्रिया करते हैं तुम्हारा, हम शुक्रिया करते हैं तुम्हारा जो हमें रास्ता दिखाया, बेपर परिंदों को जो तुमने उड़ना सिखाया। याद है हमें तुम्हारी हर कही हुई बात, याद है हमें तुम्हारी हर कही हुई बात। ऐसे उस्ताद मिले हमें जिन्होंने सलीके ज़िंदगी सिखाया। शुक्रिया करते हैं एसपी कॉलेज के उस्तादों का आज, शुक्रिया करते हैं एसपी कॉलेज के उस्तादों का आज। मंजर मुश्किल से निकाल कर हमें जो रौनक बहार दिखाया। गुमनामे ज़िंदगी से निकाल कर, गुमनामे ज़िंदगी से निकाल कर हमें मकसद ज़िंदगी सिखाया। भटकी हुए लहरों को जो उन्होंने साहिल दिखाया।
Last year, 3 days training program on drug abuse at Youth Development and Rehabilitation Center, Eidgah, Srinagar was conducted. And an awareness camp was attended by approximately 40 students along with their program officer, with at least 60% of the volunteers being girl students. This session was conducted to make us realize the menace of drug abuse and the need to develop an awareness among our community is crucial at this hour. My best experience was from the drug de-addiction center. The patients that I interacted with, I saw the changes that they want to contribute towards the society, towards the betterment of the society. And I want to give a message to the whole society that we, as the responsible citizen and as a member of NSS unit, should have a faith and believe in them. Looking at them from the point of criminals is not going to work. So we, as a responsible citizen, should work towards the betterment of the society. Thank you. To highlight the importance of nature and biodiversity, wetland has its own specific role to play. And we therefore carried out a cleanliness drive at Hokasif wetland in the outskirts of Srinagar, where we communicated to the locals that keeping surroundings as clean as your backyard is the only possible way to make this world a better place to live in.
साफ है, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है। आप देख लीजिए कितना प्लास्टिक, कितना ग्लासवेयर आपको मिल जाएगा इस होकर सर के जो ये बैंक्स हैं। और कितना नॉन बायोडिग्रेडेबल वेस्ट है। तो इसका एक ही सोल्यूशन है, जो हमें अपना स्वीट सेंस है उसको इंक्रीज़ करना चाहिए। हमें कंसिडर करना चाहिए कि सिर्फ वो जो 4 दीवारी है वो हमारा घर नहीं है, ये पूरा प्लैनेट ही हमारा घर है, ये होकर सब हमारे घर का ही पार्ट है। हमें इसका वैसे ही ख्याल रखना चाहिए जैसे हम अपने घर का रखते हैं।
One of the main camp that was held last year for 3 days in Gulmarg was joined by our NSS volunteers with our respective NSS program officers. About 40 students participated and undertook a cleanliness drive of several parts of Gulmarg, which encouraged others to maintain cleanliness in beautiful meadows of Gulmarg. The volunteers effortlessly conducted this drive for 3 long days without any sign of complaint on their faces. After all, NSS teaches us to complain less about the situation and work with more positivity.
This organization teaches us the newest things of the world, and in the recent event organized by the NSS department of our college, we camped to the Gulmarg for 2 nights and 3 days, and the experience there with the co-members was very favorable, and that was enthusiastic. We got a trek to the peaks of Gulmarg. We traversed the peaks of Gulmarg and we trekked to the Alpatha frozen lake. That was a stupendous experience, and I'm very chuffed to be a part of this organization. Thank you.
Another drive undertook by our volunteers during the COVID-19 pandemic was remarkable. While everyone around was preferring to stay away from the hospitals, our volunteers made their way by showing their presence in creating awareness, distributing masks, and helping the medical officers to handle the large group of people at vaccination centers.
NSS कारकुन गई सुखनी हम तमकन ऑफिसरन सही बहम अजुक माहौल वुचित बह चश्मे नम SP कारकुन वुचित तुलान कदम यदवै कह बेखबर बेखबर मगर तुह लूक बाखबर खुशहाल जिंदगी करो बसर युत वब वात्यो असर मास्क लगित नीरिव नबर वैक्सीन करो सबर सैनिटाइजर तो साबन मल बार बार वबहस ये गि पाने लार पाने रूजू दूर दूर नत वथान पत पान से यूर पाने रूजू दूर दूर नत वथान पत पान से यूर अथन कथ SP कॉलेज फूल अमे बापत बह वनस मजबूर कह मरान कह बचान सोरे अच्छो वुछान कह मरान कह बचान सोरे अच्छो वुछान तोत मह कह ख्याल गर न्युक न्युक अयाल.
Our volunteers conducted cleanliness cum awareness drive on the banks of River Jhelum. In finding the practical solutions to the community problems, we together can develop competence required for group living and sharing of responsibilities.
As we go by the motto of NSS, not me but you, we make students to believe that we need to do for other people, not for ourselves. That way we shape them great human beings.
The NSS volunteers are being assigned a task as a challenge every day to engage the volunteers with them. They are given tactical trainings which further helps them to focus on the skills like emergency rescue, painting, debate, and other extracurricular activities. In our achievement list, we have Fiza Shabir, National Finalist at National Environment Youth Parliament 2022. Our next awardee, Koima Aslam, National Finalist at National Youth Parliament. We have our NSS Program Officer, Dr. Saeed Rashid Maqsood of college, who was felicitated by DevCom Kashmir, Shri PK Poli, and CEO of Smart City, Mr. Athar Amir, for successfully coordinating the Tawazun program as nodal officer from higher education. Our next awardee, Danish Elahi, NIC at GSSS Raipur District Himachal, organized by Central Directorate of NSS. Our next awardee, Danish Nabi Kumar, National Integrated Camp, sponsored by Department of Higher Education, Haryana, organized by Kurukshetra University. Our next awardee, Urfi Yusuf, National Integrated Camp, sponsored by Department of Higher Education, Haryana, organized by Kurukshetra University. Our next awardee, Afreen Barkat, National Integration Camp sponsored by Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of India, was felicitated by former Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, Ghulam Nabi Azad. Adiba Roof, awarded for the meritorious student of SP College on the eve of International Women's Day.
NSS is good for the ability of the students. It helps us to gain knowledge, be confident, develop skills, and we come to know about different peoples in different parts of our lives. Thank you.
The concept for documentary is given by Dr. Saeed Rashid Maqsood, NSS Program Officer. This documentary has been directed, shot and edited by Junaid Al-Wahid Butt, ex-student and a food blogger, co-directed and voiceover by Adiba Roof, senior NSS volunteer. Even the motto, "Not me, but you," defines the welfare of every individual is dependent on the welfare of society. Hence, every volunteer must strive in the service of others. This documentary would have been incomplete without the support of our NSS volunteers. Let's all hold together. The motto of NSS, "Not me, but you."
Not me, but you!
Thank you for watching.